Hello, teachers and receiving students, and hello, class. Good, thank you. I hope you're all fine. You may sit down. All right. Someone tell us in our last lesson, Michael, can you tell us what did we do in our last lesson with the litmus paper? The blue litmus paper and the red litmus paper. Which one of those proved to us that can be used in acid? Fiona? What did we do in our last lesson with the litmus papers? Right, thank you. We'll have our friend at the back there.
Acid stain blue, litmus paper red.
Very good. Thank you for the answer. Michael, we come back to you.
We have learnt about acids.
What about the litmus paper that you used in the lesson on acids?
To find out whether they can change color or not.
Okay, thank you for that answer, Michael. You may sit down. All right. Teachers and receiving students, today our topic is still on acid. We'll look at more on acids. We'll be using also, in this lesson, blue litmus indicators again, some common laboratory acids, which dilute hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid, and some of the substances that we'll be using are the ones that you brought from home for this lesson. Before we begin, let's always look at our safety rules. In this lesson, we'll be looking at both of those common laboratory acids which are very dangerous. That is why we need to be careful in today's lesson. So our rule number one, when we do the experiment, please just stand and conduct. Those who are conducting the experiment will carry out the experiment. Rule number two is anything that we handle, the apparatus should be handled with care. And the last rule is that we spill anything, if we spill anything on the tabletops, please use a wet rag and wipe it off immediately. We'll be using hydrochloric and sulfuric acid. They are diluted, which I have here with me. This is a dilute hydrochloric acid, which is put in the 500 ml Coke container. It looks clear, but diluted with water, but it is still very dangerous. And we have here in the bottle is also the dilute hydrochloric acid. It is a transparent liquid, very clear, you can see through, but also very dangerous. So any spills on a table, please clean quickly with a damp rag. Before we go, we will do our predictions. These are the tables, the table that you will fill in. So quickly copy down the table that is on the screen. There are some changes to the tables. So teachers take note, and you will be given 2 minutes to copy down the table. So each member, a first writer, may copy down the table for you. That's your table. You have 4 columns. Once you copy down the table, then you list down your materials. If you have copied down a table, you may fill in the names of the substance that you have. Examples, I have filled in some of the substance that we are going to look at. So you can fill that in and then fill in your prediction. The second column. So fill that prediction in. What color will the litmus blue paper tan in those substance? You do not, if the names, the substance that you have on your table, you write the names of the substance that you have on the table, not on the table that is on the screen. What you have present in front of you on your table. So if we have lemon, you write lemon. If you have star fruit, you write the star fruit, which is 5 corner. So if we have hydrochloric acid and dilute sulfuric acid, so we'll be using those, that is okay. But we will also be using water. All right. Have a look at the whiteboard here. We'll come back to your predictions. Have a look at your whiteboard. There are 5 test tubes in your test tube racks. And the first one labeled, you will see on your test tube racks are labeled A, B, C to E. The first test tube will be sulfuric acids, which we will put in. And test tube B will be dilute hydrochloric acid. C is the substance that you have. If you have brought soft drink, you write soft drink. If you have brought lemon, you write lemon, or whatever substance that you have. And D, let's make this, we make C water, just water. And D and E, you fill in what substance that you have brought for your experiment today. One of the two. Now let's see who has finished their predictions. Give us your predictions for your substance that you have written down. What color will the litmus blue paper tan in hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, in water, and the substance that you have brought? Anyone to give us the prediction? Okay, Rose, thank you, Rose. Group, Rose.
5 corner blue litmus paper will turn pink. Lemon, it will turn pink or white. Ginger, colorless, tomato, purple, soft drink, Coke or Fanta will turn pink, vinegar will turn purple or white, and water will be, the litmus paper will be blue.
Okay, thank you very much for that answer. Any others would like to give theirs? All right, we'll confirm our answers with our experiment. We shall continue. Before we continue, let's have a look at what we have with us in this experiment. We should have 5 test tube racks. If you have no test tube racks, you will use, recent students, you may use your tin lids. You should have about 10 pieces of tin lids. You should also have on the table lid, which you will be using, half container of water, and pipette, 2 pipettes. Again, pipettes, if you're going to use the pipettes, you hold the pipettes against your thumb like this. And you, against the thumb like this, and you press. You press and suck the liquid and release and let the liquid out. So you press and you release. All clear? Okay. If you're confused, please put your hands up during our activity. Now, let's begin to fill our test tubes according to the test tubes label. A, test tube A is sulfuric acid, which I will pour myself, and dilute acid. So you fill in water and the other 2 substances in the test tube. So you may do that now. You may fill in the solutions in test tubes C and test tubes D and test tubes E. I will fill in solutions A and B. Test tube A. Test tube A. First. You're going to remove the solution from here and put it in the tilt him, tilt. Tilt. Test tube B. Test tube B. Which test tube B? Label it. Out. Label. Test tube B. Test tube B. You have vinegar already. And what's C is water, what's D? Vinegar. You brought vinegar, okay. And hold it up. Hold it up. Okay. Test tube. Hydrochloric acid. All right. You have also, may I have your attention? You have also pieces of paper. Pieces of white paper and the lid. And the lids or the tin lids that you will use. So you label those 5 pieces of paper with the substance that you have and place it beside each of the lid or each of the beaker that you have. Write the name of the 5 substance in the solution test tube and place it beside your lid or the test tube. Beaker, sorry. One person can write one person can write the other for 5 solutions. Why? Instead of waiting for the other person. Who's writing? Share the paper with somebody to write so it will be faster. You write one, somebody write one. A, B, C, distribute. Distribute A, who's going to write A? Just the names of the substance that you have. Substance A, B, C, D, E. Write the full name, so number stop looking. Put it under the paper or beside the beaker. Write your instructions that you will continue. You will begin your activity, your instruction. One part, step 1 we have done together. Every time you use the pipette, there are 2 pipettes. You use the first one, you rinse, use the second one, rinse, take the third one, rinse, and so on. Understood? That is in case we don't mix the solutions. When you use the pipette, you use one first, and then rinse, use the other one, and then rinse, use the other one, rinse, and change. See who's going to start with this one. Your leads, you're still writing, okay. You use one pipette first, and then you rinse it, then use the other one again in the next solution until you finish all the solutions. So who's going to do that? Okay, you and her. Thank you. You can hold one, he can hold one. For the next solution, rinse again and continue. Understood? Okay. How many go? 3. It's okay. It's okay. Some more. We're adding look, we're putting more solutions into each of the test tubes. Biyan ba drop ko ano ba? Biyan ba? Isang babrosyo. Extracting juice o putigan yung test tube. Biyan brosyo. Sa name stop la fanta. Alright, all are finished. We shall move to our next instruction. Instruction number 3. Take note as you put one bit of the litmus into each of the container, one at a time. Hey, all done. Clear 3. Push recording. Recording. Okay, you're looking finished. Now what I want? Where's water? The litmus completely changed color. Okay, good.
White, Eddie. It's white. It's white there. It's white.
Some of you have already recorded your results, which is good. Then there are questions, 2 questions. 3 questions for you to answer. Note down these 3 questions for your homework. Take note of these 3 questions for your homework. Is that Coke? Coke? Yeah. I just want to show it today. I'll return it. No. I don't have copied down the 3 questions. Let's go back to our results. We'll have rows again. Since Rose has given us their prediction, let's see if what she has found out in her activity of the substance using the blue litmus indicator. Others, I hope you have also found out your results. Compare with your predictions and see if there is a difference. Was your predictions correct? So we'll have Rose to give her results after that. Compare with her prediction. Any others who have completed while waiting for Rose to give all the results? Right, Rose is ready.
The results of the colors in our prediction were not the same because not all substances have acid in them. For diluted sulfuric and the color pale orange when blue litmus paper was added. For hydrochloric acid, there's the same color, pale orange. Water, colorless. Vinegar, turned pink, and Coke as well as colorless.
All right, thank you for your answer. All right, you have your 3 questions, which you will look at the 3 questions as your homework questions, which we will look at in our next lesson. Right. Our summary for today, we have 2 summary points, which is blue litmus stands red in laboratory acids, which is the sulfuric and hydrochloric acid. And substance that are acidic, or substance that may contain acid, which you found in some of your substance, such as the ones that you have tested, shown in your result table. Those are your summary points. Before we move into our next lesson, there is something I would like to show you. We have tested some soft drinks, and I have with me here Coke. Yeah, everybody's favorite, Coke drink. So there is about 25 mils of Coke in here. I have 2 coins. Please help me. 2 copper coins. Show it to the camera. 1 each. Have a look at this coin here. This coin here. This coin here. Look at how does it look like? Brown, silver, yes. We've all seen a two-tier coin. Now we have another two-tier coin here. What is another two-tier coin here? Can you see the difference between the two? Yes. Okay. And the first one that I've shown you. These two-tier coins. I will put these ones in these 2 containers here. The first one is the Coke container, which I showed you. I'll put the first two-tier coin that I showed you in here. It's already in there. We'll see it in our lesson, in our next lesson. What do you think will happen? This one is dilute hydrochloric acid, and it's about less than 25 mils also. I'll put the second two-tier coin in here. And we'll check in our next lesson. So, what do you think? Discuss with your friend. And before we continue, and you let me know by tomorrow, first thing, and I will show you before you answer. Right, our next lesson topic will be our key phrase for today, sorry. Anyone would like to guess? Our key phrase. Okay.
More about acids.
Thank you. More about acids. So we looked at more acids today. And our next lesson topic will be on acids at work. So when you go home, think about the acids that you have gone through these last 3 lessons and some that you know of. How do you use them? Where do you find them? And how they are used. Our materials that you will use is the same materials, sulfuric and hydrochloric acid. Old piece of newspaper which you will bring, a piece of cloth, chips of concrete or limestone, bucket of water and rags. I thank you, class. Thank you, receiving teachers and students.